we're going to be finding the roots of polynomial functions. And when we do, well, first of all, we need to know what a root is. So roots are, okay, here we go, they are solutions to where the function is equal to 0. So when the function equals 0. Now, we can get a little less specific with it, and we can talk about the fact that they are also x-intercepts. However, we run the risk of excluding some roots, like complex roots, the imaginary ones, when we talk about them simply being x-intercepts. We could also say that they are zeros. That's another way of saying it. And zeros is where f of x equals 0. So just a little bit of vocabulary, just making sure we know what we're doing. So we're going to jump in with the first problem right now. F of x equals x cubed minus 4x squared minus 11x plus 30. Now we've already learned with the fundamental theorem of algebra that we are looking for how many solutions? Okay, what's the degree of this thing? It's 3. So when we're done, we better have x equals and then a list of 3 numbers, or at least have some multiplicity on 2 or 1 of them and say, well, I have one root and it happens 3 times, or I have a root that happens twice and then I have another root. We can have that kind of situation. So our first line of defense with the tools that we have, and there are other ways of going about this, Descartes' law of signs, look it up, it's good stuff. D-E-S-C-A-R-T-E-S, Descartes, Rene Descartes. You can thank him. He's dead, but you can thank him. Anyway, you can't because he's dead. Well, our first line of defense, that's where I'm going with this, is to graph it and see what x-intercepts we can find. So let's graph it. So I'm going to go to Desmos where I already have this graphed. It's like one of those cooking shows where they're like, oh yeah, well I already got this in the oven and here it is. You know, well, I already got it and let's pull it out of the oven. Pull it out of the oven and there it is. I'm looking for 3 solutions and they are here, here, and here. Man, that one was easy. That was just way too easy. So the first problem, the answers are -3, 2, and 5. And that's it. It really is that simple on this problem. So x equals -3, 2, and 5. So when you're taking notes and you look at that, you're like, well, you know what? I don't even know how I got it. Well, you graphed it. That's what we did.